Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's the moment you've all been waiting for. Thomas Cavanaugh Construction is proud to present Live from the Hunt Camp, Valley Heritage Radio's annual trek to the grand old camps of the Ottawa Valley. Now, let's join the Hunt Camp crew and see where they are today.
Hello, welcome to the 2013 season of Live from the Hunt Camp with Valley Heritage Radio.
Today we are near Calabogie at the Bogie Man Hunt Club. I'm Andrew Cartwright.
I'm Di Bassett, and we're on Stones Lake in a just beautiful setting. We've got the Corbins invited us here, and we're going to have a chat with them. But Andrew, what a beautiful day, what a beautiful spot, eh?
Oh yeah, you can't complain about anything that you see here. It's a great spread. They've got tons of food all set to go.
How you like that below the sandwich
Yeah, this is the first hunt camp I think we've ever visited that actually had a built-in sauna.
Can't wait to try it out.
Let me know how that works out for you now.
If they don't turn around, there'll be no sweat. Well, I was hoping that, Jerry Mim.
Since we've been here, there have been a lot of talk about several stories, because a lot of these guys have been hunting together for now, what, 20, 25, 30 years?
Yeah, 30, 40.
We're going to be chatting with Blake Corbin, the owner here at the Bogie Man, because we want to find out some of the history of this great camp. And Blake, what can you tell us about this camp? How long you guys been together now? Is everybody's been here 30, 40 years, or is there new additions?
Yeah, some of the younger ones are coming up pretty good. Evan Campbell and Kevin Bolt have been coming up for a few years now, and they start come up with their fathers. Kenny Campbell's been here 29 years. How long you been here, Ray?
20 years.
Over 20 years now. And they're starting to bring their children up, so the generational thing is really starting to happen well. And this camp here started 1980?
Yep.
Yeah, 1980, and then originally started out in 1970 with my grandfather, who started out with some of his wartime friends.
And has this been the original layout of the camp, or have you guys been building on as the years go by?
Building on and building on.
We just keep building on.
Yeah, started out by, what, 20 by
24.
20 by 24 garage, and then we threw a floor into it, and from there we just expanded as we needed the space.
Yeah.
And who came up with the idea for the sauna?
That was, I guess, all of us, because it was a room that was cold all the time.
Yeah.
So we took the cold room, and we thought we'd just make it into a smaller room and do this as a sauna. And we come up and did the sauna. Brian was the craftsman on the ceramic tile in there. I did the cedar and everything else, and Ray did all the electrical. And
is the way it works is you guys get a bunch of drinks in you and you all go take a sauna, or?
Oh,
Yeah, basically that's what happens.
We put the cooler at the door so we can just reach out and keep grabbing.
It's the Ottawa Valley version of detox.
Yeah, but I understand you work hard on the tox part before you go and detox.
That's right.
You know, Brian, you're with Reed Brothers Motors. Of course, you're sponsoring a lot of the things here with us at the station.
Yes.
and advertising on the show. And we really appreciate you getting involved as a business. But obviously, I can just see the way your eyes are lighting up. You look around your buddies here and your friends, and first day of the hunt tomorrow morning. Anybody going out?
Oh, definitely.
We're going to be there. If it doesn't start raining, if it's not too cold, if it's too cold, we're not going. If it's raining, we're not going. And if we go to bed at 2 o'clock in the morning, we're definitely not going. But no, we're going to hold our own, and we're going to be out there to crack it on.
Yeah. Anybody going to
Right
go tag?
after, we got 6 of them, but we're right after your. We hear your morning newsreel. We listen to your news every morning.
Yep. Well, that's good, Andrew. Keep it true, like the stories you're going to hear here.
Now, it's an interesting name you've got. What's the story behind the name? How did you come up with the name for the hunt camp?
Well, that was very, very easy. Back then, it was Calabogie.
Yep.
And I dropped the Cal, and we had no women back here back then. Now, today we do. Must say, a very, very attractive blonde.
Hi, Leslie.
Yeah. And so we just call it the Bogie Man Hunt Club. And put labels on our hats and stuff, and we've been the Bogie Man Hunt Club ever since we've started to hunt together.
And you've got people from all over here. We got Doc, and he's from Victoria. So tell us about Doc, and then tell us about the rest of your friends, and how far and wide you come, and how local some of you are too, please.
Well, this hunt camp is coast to coast to coast. What else can I say? We got people from Montreal. That, by the way, by the Montreal, that'd be Tim Bazance is sitting back in the corner there. He just come back, but he's ready to move back to Ontario anytime. And the Doc, he started hunting with us back about 7 years ago. He's a good friend of Tim's, and it's always been a pleasure having him here. And the rest of the guys, I've had lots of dealings with them over the years. Ray Bolt, Jimmy Herbert, my brother Wayne. I've been hunting with him since we were 5 years of age. Wow. 5 years of age. I can remember that well. I was a year of the rabbit, and my dad wasn't working that year, so he taught us how to trap rabbits. So we snared rabbits for one winter, and ever since then I've never eaten a rabbit. But the year of the rabbits.
70 years is a long time, Brian.
But it's all these guys. They've been friends with us. Friends, and they just keep on coming.
Friends and neighbors like Huey Foss. How long you been hunting with us now, Huey? 25 years. Yeah, he's a neighbor of Wayne's down in Canada.
So how many people do you have in your group?
Well, let me see. We're missing. Who are we missing here tonight?
Brian Warren.
He's the owner that produced the Bounder magazine.
Yeah.
So you'll, if he was here, he'd be taking pictures of yous, and yous would be in his magazine.
Yeah, the only one we're really missing now is Kevin. He had to go and pick up his brother at hockey. Other than that, we're and Brian. That's what it is.
Right. And this gentleman just speaking, his wife is a former president of Carp Fair. Is that right?
That's right.
And
yes.
Tell us your name, son. Tell us your wife's name and give a big shout out to
My name
Carp
is Ken
Fair.
Campbell. My wife was president of the Carp Fair in 2007. I've been hunting with Brian for 29 years.
And still getting along.
Well,
thank goodness for that.
Yeah, it's an awesome flock.
And I just realized that we're all Montreal Canadiens fans here.
Hey!
Some of the things that we've been hearing about are the incredible stories. There must be some stories that jump out to your mind after hunting together for 30 years.
Well, good. Thanks for asking. That brings me back to a couple odd things that happened. But I can remember one time I'm over across the hardwoods. I'm coming down the hardwoods. I got my dad's dog, which was he was a good English Spaniel and really good deer dog. And I'm coming down. I used to hunt with one of his lifelong buddies, Shorty Burke from Renfrew. He's long gone. And I'm coming down, and I'm coming across the herd. I could see the deer in front of me. The dog could see it. And I'm thinking, holy, that deer's going to come right out to Shorty. So there I am. 7:15 in the morning. Bush is deadly quiet. There I am. So I pull back here. Whack! Missed. Dog took after, and I could see it running straight towards Shorty Burke, and Shorty's there, a little short man, and he's there. I said, "Fire, Shorty, fire!" And all of a sudden, up come that old Mossberg 20 gauge. That's what he hunted with a SSG. Bang! I said, "Pour it to him, Shorty, pour it to him." And nothing went on. The dog went right by him, and I'm thinking, I get down to him 5 minutes later, says, "Shorty, where's the deer?" I said, "What's wrong, Shorty?" He says, "I fired one shot. I didn't have any more ammo with me." That's a true story. That's a true story. But you know, I must admit, he had in his knapsack, he had 6 Molson's X.
It's all about priorities, you know.
Yeah. True story. That's a true story.
Okay, we are going to take a quick break and get a word from our sponsor, Thomas Cavanaugh Construction. You are listening to Live from the Hunt Camp on Valley Heritage Radio.
It's hunting season in the Valley, and Thomas Cavanaugh Construction would like to remind you to be a responsible hunter and to remember these important safety tips. Always wear your hunter orange. Be aware of your surroundings. Don't hunt alone. Be sure of your target and practice gun safety. These tips will help ensure that hunting remains a safe activity for all concerned. A message from the folks at Thomas Cavanaugh Construction. Have a great hunt.
Where we're back live from the hunt camp, and here we are with Valley Heritage Radio. We're having a fantastic time at the Bogie Man Hunt Camp.
Okay, so we want to talk to Tim because, Tim, how long have you been hunting with the group now?
It's been about 15 years.
And now, as we make our way around the room, how well do you know these guys, and how did you get involved with the camp?
I'm getting to know them better every year, but I remain a student.
Oh.
Very much so. How I got involved, Brian, who was active in Ducks Unlimited and also the Rough Grouse Society, I headed up, met him there one time at a dinner, and he said, "Well, you live up near my way, come on by sometime." Well, ended up coming up here on a Sunday night before opening Monday. Didn't know where I was. It was a storm. And the next morning, Brian, before first light, takes me out in his bike and drops me off somewhere. I didn't know where I was, and it was cold. And I was sitting there freezing, I thought I was going to die. Finally, the sun started to come up, and I figured, to heck with it, I'm going to smoke a cigar. Smoked a cigar, and as I was smoking it, looking around, something moved there, and I thought, thank God I'm saved. Brian's coming to get me, right? It was an 8-point buck. I'd been in the camp for a total of about 2 hours as an official member. I banged this buck down. So Brian and I come back, and all these guys, and they're the real deal. All these other guys you've been talking to, they're the ones, they know the woods, they everything else. So we come back, and they're looking at me, the bureaucrat still working for the federal government, saying, who do you think you are? So that's the way I got to know them, and it's just the best. These guys are the greatest. And
who the heck are you, and where did you hide that horseshoe?
That's it. So that's my little story. And Doug, we call him Doc, in from BC. He came in about, 8-9 years ago now, Doc?
Thereabouts, yes. Yeah. Plain sailing all the way along.
You grew up in England at Wimbledon, in tennis country.
But I went out to Wales, your country.
Yeah.
And spent 7 years there and got qualified there, and then came over to Canada. I had 11 years in Petawawa, and then went out west, and then they hauled me back into headquarters after about 6 years of that, and that's where I met this guy Tim, and Tim brought me to this camp.
So it's his fault then?
All his fault. Yeah. Yep.
And we were having a chat earlier, and you said you come back here from Victoria because you can't. You said you can't replicate this in British Columbia.
That's the word. Yeah. No, I can't. I've tried, but to put together a crowd of guys like this, it takes years.
Yeah.
And it's just a wonderful setup.
And now you said you're familiar with the territory, the countryside.
I was until the tornado tore it all down. Well, we got to start all over again in some of the places. But,
well, good luck with the hunting, and please
let
us know what goes on. Get in touch with us in Vancouver. And
I will. I'll send you the email.
Now you send us an email, and you tell us how many points are on that buck that you imaginarily shot. Okay. and nobody here will be able to deny it. Who is the best hunter out of all of you lot?
For the bigger deer would be Huey right here. Huey and Jimmy. Yeah, they like to rub it in a bit.
Oh, I see. So Huey, how big a rack have you shot in them? What's your record?
I have an 11-point buck.
Oh yeah. What did it start off as?
3.
Oh, 3. What about the young gentleman here? What's your name?
Evan Campbell.
Evan, and you play basketball with Andrew Cartwright in Arnprior, I gather.
Yeah, we play against him. It's
yeah, well, sometimes he goes in for your team then.
Oh, apparently.
Yeah, he's famous for that.
That's what I've heard, yeah.
Sense of direction is weird. So, what are you? How many years have you been hunting?
I've been hunting here for about 5 years now.
Yep. And what has your luck been like so far the last 5 years?
Pretty poor.
Is it?
I missed one about 2 years ago. And that was about it for me seeing deer up here, but...
That's the first honest comment we've had here all day.
Yeah. Who is the biggest fibber?
Brian.
He's
Brian.
He stomps everything. That's his nickname, is it? Yeah?
Lion Brian.
When we were growing up, my dad was an avid... from Nova Scotia.
Yeah.
So his heritage is he believed that you could hunt deer any month of the year with an R in it. And a lot of people from the East Coast would say, "Yep, that's true. That's true, lad. You got January, February, March, but then it keeps on going, and you get to September, October. So deer season can last for quite some time." And so that was basically my dad's philosophy. It's been long gone, but the odd time he'd call me in September, "Oh, no, I got true partridge today," but you didn't know for sure what he'd shot until you actually come up. But usually there were partridge, there were never a deer.
He says with a wink and a nod.
The first buck, Brian, up there?
That was the very first buck I shot right here, and there I was. I can remember who I was hunting with that day. It was both lads are long gone, Barry Ferguson and Vern Kitchen. I could hear the dogs coming across down around the lake, and I'm running down the road, and I said to them, "One of you guys go down to the swamp and cut that deer off." Well, it was about a 2-minute run through the bush. They said, "Nah, leave it go." I run down there, and just I got through the wood, had my gun out like that, and there it was, bang! I was 10 feet from the deer when I shot it.
Wow.
10 feet. One more jump, it was into the bush. One more jump, it was in my lap. I had to shoot it. That was the very first deer. And the skin beside it, that's a devil bear. As you can see the hooves on it.
Yeah, how does that come to be?
Well,
it literally does have hooves almost.
Yeah, Yeah, that's the only devil bear I've ever seen, and I'm not going to say anything more about that.
You're not even smiling when you say that story.
This camp, I've been in it for about 20 years, and we have people from 20 years old to 70 years old. Never an argument, never a fight. The camaraderie here is second to none. I've hunted other places. I'll never go back. You live here, you stay here, you belong here. It's fantastic. There's no better place.
Yeah. Great.
One other thing there, I'll mention to you. I'm going to be sending some deer over to my good friend across the lake there tomorrow, Denzel Ferguson, because he's not a very good shot, poor Denzel. And I just want to make sure that I'm telling him in advance, get ready, because the deer come in your area tomorrow, Denzel. I'll send them over. I'll have them well tagged. I'll try to slow them down as much as possible so we can get the sights on them. And I know Denzel's over there and he'll be listening to it, and he'll say, "Thanks, Brian."
Sure, that's what he'll say.
Well, we hope you've enjoyed live from the hunt camp here on Valley Heritage Radio. You know, we also want to remind you, be listening tomorrow as we make our way to the Maple Ridge Hunt Club. That's near Tadlock, where they are celebrating 65 years of hunting together this year.
Fantastic. And we'd also like to give a great big thank you to our Felski Shoes in Killaloe for supplying the Valley Heritage Radio live from the Hunt Camp gang with these, well, you can't see them on the radio, but they really are nice. They're great mossy oak jackets by Columbia Sportswear. So thank you to our Felski Shoes for that. We feel we look good for once, Andrew. What do you think?
And of course, this program would not be possible without the generous support of Thomas Cavanaugh Construction. So until tomorrow, from the entire Valley Heritage Radio, live from the Hunt Camp gang, see ya!
Thanks for listening to Live from the Hunt Camp, brought to you by Thomas Cavanaugh Construction. Be sure to keep that radio tuned to 98.7 FM and join us again next time. From the whole Valley Heritage Radio Hunt Camp crew, have yourself a great day.